There was a great commotion in the land. The people were in confusion, as the voice of their cries went forth with great violence. I am Simon, a Jew from Cyrene, and I dwell among the Greek, among they which are called Hellenistic. In 33 AD, I ventured to Jerusalem to worship the God of Abraham and to celebrate the Passover feasts, as is custom with the Jews. But this Passover was unlike any Passover ever, and no, will never be again. For as I ventured out from the country into the land of my forefathers, a great evil was unraveling. From a distance, I could hear the multitude crying, "Kill him! Kill him!" The cry of their fury arose like smoke out of a furnace as they lusted for the blood of the innocent. And as I drew near to the crowd to inquire of whom was this request of death being made, the city streets reeked of brutality. From one end of the village to the other, as far as my eye can see, a great number of people were gathered. Among them stood an elderly man, of whom I inquired, saying, "Sir, for whom have this people assembled and seek and put to death?" With his head bowed, he replied, "Have you not heard of Yeshua the prophet? He's the son of Joseph, the carpenter from Nazareth. Today he is being crucified." I responded, "Crucified? On account of what? What crimes has he committed?" And with his eyes fixed upon me, and with sadness in his voice, he said, "This man has committed no crimes, neither does he deserve this infliction, but was conspired against by the Pharisees and the council of elders, that they might cleanse the land of him and restore the trust of the people to themselves." In haste I replied, "What? Sir, this cannot be, for the law of Moses specifically states—" The law of Moses is of no account in this matter," said the elderly man. Furthermore, he replied, "Behold, Roman soldiers are approaching, escorting the Lord." I quickly looked towards the streets, then back towards the elderly man and said, "The Lord? Why do you call him Lord?" And he said, "Because he's Messiah. He is the Son of God." Astounded at this man's claims, I was unable to respond, but it was the increasing sound of the crowd's cry that had gripped my attention. And once more, I set my eye upon the streets, and there, upon the avenue, came Roman soldiers surrounding the broken figure of a man. With the full weight of a Roman cross upon his shoulders, he staggered down the road, beaten beyond recognition. He no longer bore the image of the likeness of a man, but rather he resembled that of a slaughtered beast. And there, before the crowd, was a man whose shame, whose suffering exceeded the grasp of comprehension. Yet there were those among the people who called him Lord. Why and for what purpose? As I reasoned in myself concerning these things, a voice from among the soldiers cried, "You, come here!" The crowd drew silent as the people questioned in themselves, of whom was this soldier referring? And once more the soldier cried, "You, come!" I looked up, and to my bewilderment, he was referring to me. I said, "Sir, you must be mistaken." Yet before I can complete my statement, the hand of the soldier seized upon my tunic and shoved me towards the earth. As I was upon my hand and my knees, I saw that Jesus had dropped his cross and was lying as one dead upon the ground. "Pick up his cross," the soldier commanded. I did not hesitate, but I lifted up the cross and I placed it upon my shoulders. The pressure of the cross weighed heavily upon me. The wood, soaked and drenched in fresh blood, spoke of the agony that this man was experiencing. As blood leaked from the cross to my tunic, 2 soldiers came and lifted Jesus by his arms and set him back upon his feet. Then, pointing towards Golgotha, one of the soldiers cried out, "Go!" And off we went towards the place of the skull, also called Calvary. As we journeyed towards our destination, the sayings of the elderly man returned back to my mind as I wondered, could the elderly man have spoken truthfully? Was this man truly innocent? If he is innocent, then I am guilty of his blood, for I have assisted his executioners, and the curse will abide upon me and my house. As we approached the bottom of the hill, which leads to Calvary, exhausted, Jesus stumbled upon the ground. I extended my hand towards him, and he reached out his hand towards me. At that moment, he looked me straight in the eye. His gaze was like that of a sharpened sword that pierced the most inner part of my sacred thoughts. He knew what I was thinking. This is not the eye of a criminal. This is the eye of an innocent man. As I thought upon these things, 2 soldiers came and snatched the cross from me. One took Jesus and dragged him away that they might nail him to it. I could not watch his crucifixion. As I arrived to my relative's home that night, broken, I wept bitterly. Somewhere along the path from Cyrene to Golgotha, I lost who I was.